Hello everyone and welcome back to week 8 of EDC. This is also gonna be another post-com since I also couldn't get live commentary in. But this is week 8. We did not have a week 7 battle because our opponent gave us the forfeit win. So now this week we are up against Who. So Who is like a famously known for like having a very stally type of team. Like he always drafts Arrow, and this time he has Arrow and Gliscor and Goldengo and Davalag. So yeah, he also had the Terra King Gambit which he didn't bring, but instead decided to bring Terra Grass Avalag, which I guess makes sense for my Ugarpon. But yeah, I just tried to bring like some fat stuff with some good offense, like try to balance both sides and see what happens. One thing is like his removal is not the best, like it's gonna be rapid spin Avag, which doesn't want to stay in a lot of things because it has the duty to check my Ogarpon always. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, we'll see. So okay, so he decides to lead with his guy score and I lead with my hit rank. So turn one, I decided to go thought of going for a wisp here because I don't think he could CQ turn one. But in the end, I decided against it. I thought like, yeah, I mean, I just don't want to use it turn one because that's like my best bet to kill that Avalag probably, and also like the what's it called, the Goldengo. I do have specs as of, but like it doesn't do a pack much to Goldengo. So I decided, yeah, I'll just save it and go with Cliff. So Cliff is like max defense, but it also has life up, so I can like kill this squad with Ice Beam. But it does go for a sword stance. So I am magic card life orb. I'm not unaware, but I am very defensive. So I think here, like, yeah, EQ is not gonna kill me. But I did not realize before it gets Gunk shot this time. So yeah, it just goes for a Gunk shot and KO's Cliff turn 2. But yeah, I mean, if he had missed, then I could have just killed him. But yeah, I'm not remembering that this thing gets Gunk shot. I mean, I didn't even know that this thing got Gunk shot. I know it got poisoned here, but it wouldn't have killed anyway. But yeah, but now I can get my Ugarpon in and just go for a Terra Water Ivy Cudgel. He's definitely gonna switch out, and I think he's just gonna switch out into his Avalok. Yeah, I shouldn't do a lot, but I can like chip it down eventually, hopefully. Because Ugarpon outside of that Avalanche, Ugarpon like goes really strong against his team. Like his only faster mon is the Bombi, which is like doesn't hit me back very hard, and everything else just gets one or two shot by this thing. So yeah, I go for I because I get a crate and get some. So here I decided to go for another Ibikaje because I know he's gonna recover and then I can uncore it. But what mistake I did is I should have just had taunt instead, because if I taunt it then it can't get up the recovers and it would have been in low health, and then I can just come back later and kill this thing. But yeah, so I go for another Ibikaje, forcing it to like recover so I can uncore it and get a SD up. Yeah, so I do that this time. I because it does nothing with no crit and also being resisted, and it does get itself back with recover. So now I can encore it into recover and SD up. But the issue is gonna be like here is like you can always just switch out and switch in, because how many STs I'm setting up, I won't be like two-shotting this thing without like a bunch of crits, and his body press does do a good chunk, and if he just Terra Blast, that's gonna like probably two-shot me because he does have a very high attack. So yeah, I do put it on Encore, it goes for another recover, and that gives me the chance to get an HD up. I decide I thought of going for Hornrich, assuming like the fish Yagumura is gonna come in, but the thing is Yagumura is just switching out back into Avalok and it's gonna regen back anyway. So yeah, I decided I just go for another Ivy Cudgel. Instead he switches into something else instead of this thing, or he decides to stay in a quick cover, but as you can see he just goes into Agumura. I mean, Hornrich would have done a chunk, but it's not gonna do a lot, and he's always just gonna regen health back. So yeah, I go for an Hornrich this time, saying he like goes for a flip turn instead, but yeah, he just switches out back into the Avalok again, and yeah, Hornrich is not gonna do anything. So yeah, my tech actually didn't work out as much as I wanted here, so but there's that. But yeah, now I decided to switch into my work wheel. If he goes for a move, you take some helmet chip at least. Yeah, I also have the intimidate, so if he goes for a move, but yeah, he just goes for the body press, which doesn't do a lot, and he does get some chip, and I go for the toxic spikes. Now he doesn't have a spinner. Like this thing is a spinner, but this thing is also like pretty much only gonna be switching in on Overpawn. So yeah, so I go for toxic spikes. He doesn't have a grounded poison, and he also, when removal, is gonna be pretty stingy. Now I can decide that just pain speed, because this thing has a huge HP, so I can put it some dent on thing with the pain speed probably, because crunch is not gonna do a lot, and if it's helmet it's just gonna damage me instead. So yeah, I go for the pain speed. As you can see, I mean, it does give me my health back, but it also doesn't do a huge chunk back, mainly because this thing is probably like not max HP, more rather max defense, max speed, if something like that. So yeah, I decided to just go for another layer of toxic spikes, just to see if I can toxic some more stuff. And he goes for another skull, but well, it doesn't burn me. I mean, burning doesn't matter, cause like this thing is just here to like pain speed T spikes and probably snack something with Destiny Bond. But now I switch into my Treyunt. This card is not gonna do a lot for me. Yeah, it does like the same damage it does to like lower cool, mainly because I am very special defensive for that golden go. But yeah, so now I can go for a Magma Storm to do some damage to whatever switching in, but it's probably just gonna flip turn again. So we might have been the better player, but I did want to like toxic this thing as well, so I don't want to burn it. But yeah, Magma Storm does like nothing, and he just flip turns out. Yeah, flip turn does more, because Almo does have a higher physical attack than special attack, and I am also not physical defensive, but yeah. But now he can just easily go back into his glider again, and now he's has EQ. He will definitely go for it. So I cannot like save with that. So I decided to go back in. Not go back. I haven't got into Azov before, but yeah, I decided to switch into Azov and see if I can snag something with my specs. Mystical power, and he just goes for a spike, which is I guess bad, but I do also have like some immunities to spikes. But so now I can go for U-turn, mystical power, thunderbolt. Unfortunately, did not have a fire type move, because like walking into a fire type move wasn't the best here for the golden go. So my only bet on the golden go is like if I get some like a mystical power boost and it switches in, and then I can two-shot it with mystical power. But yeah, probably don't he's probably like very spreaded, something like that. But yeah, here I just decided to go for the U-turn to get some momentum in. So he goes back into his Armomora. So mystical power would have been good, but if he sees his specs damage, he was gonna switch out anyway, so like not it mattered a lot. But it also shows me that this thing is actually boots. So yeah, so now I'm guessing like he's just like doesn't have a lot, so I can probably get set up with my guard jump, because if I can get a KST, I can actually do some good damage to his team. Even like Avalok doesn't want to have like a plus 2 outrage, because it will put it in low enough where I can actually kill it with my Ogre Pawn. So yeah, I just go for the ST. So yeah, so I get my ST up and it goes for the Scald and he burns me turn 1. So okay, so yeah, so that's the life for my guard jump this week. Like every time I bring a offensive guard jump, it either gets burned turn 1 or it gets a roll or something happens. So like yeah, every time I bought an offensive guard jump this season, it has failed badly. So yeah, so yeah, I have nothing better to do, so I decided to go for another soul stand to negate the burn. But like yeah, now but the thing is now I'm not gonna be doing substantial damage to most things, and I'm just gonna get tipped down by the burn. And he just also has wish. So like last 3-4 EQ just killed this thing, but now it probably just doesn't do like anything back. I took to go for the EQ instead of outrage, because there's since I'm burned, there's a high chance it's just gonna switch into Rebombi. And like so he's thinking I might be skill shot, so yeah, he does switch out. I don't know why he didn't want to take the hit, I guess, and goes into the Rebombi, which does give poison, so this thing is not good. And go for the EQ, which like almost knocks it out. So if it was burned, it would have just died, because even if the sash, it would have died to the poison. So yeah, like yeah, so this burn just like means like I have no future with my guard jump anymore. So now he's probably just gonna knock me out, but yeah, I can just still go to my hit trend, which does take hits from it fairly well. Decided to set guard jump only because it still can set up rocks on something and I can have it as a sack, but at this point I don't have much to break through his team anyways. So yeah, goes for the moon blast, which does nothing, probably less than leftovers damage. Yeah, 2 more than leftovers damage, but yeah, he's getting damage due to poison. So now it's probably just gonna switch back into Allo. I decide I'll just go with Magma Storm and try to get a KO if I can. He might just decide to sack this thing with waves, cause like my gut jump is burned, so like he doesn't have to worry about it. So yeah, he does do that. Just go for the waves and like KO it with Magma Storm. So I am not worried about waves, cause the waves doesn't do a lot. My guard jump is boots and my other offensive main mon Razor is also levitate, so like waves not doing a lot here. But yeah, I do manage to get that Rebombis, but like if now I had my guard jump like not burned, then I could have like tried and win with it, but now it's like yeah, not possible anymore. So yeah, the guy score comes back in, so now I can go back to my Azure with the EQ. So he had shown his full moves, he doesn't have U-turn, so I don't have to worry about U-turning into Goldengo or something. And then I can go into Azure and fire off some mystical powers and see if I can put some damage on something. Yeah, he just goes for the EQ, doesn't bother going for another layer of spice, but yeah, so now I wanted once to trick, but like if I do trick, I don't have the offensive power to break through his team. So I decided to stick with my mystical power, cause the other thing is there's a high chance that the golden go switching in and trick will just fail. So yeah, it's not like I can trick safely anyways. So yeah, switches out, probably goes back into the Alumomura, but the Spix mystical power is going to do quite a lot of damage. Yeah, we can see it does around almost 30-40%. But the biggest thing is I do get my special attack boost, so it's almost probably just knocks it out in the next turn. But with that damage, I think he knows now that I'm Specs, so he's probably just gonna go into Kodengo. And yeah, so the thing is, if it's like offensive Kodengo, there's a chance I can KO it in 2 hits, but if it's offensive, I also have to be wary about Scarf. And if it's defensive, I don't KO and it just gets back health to it recover, or he KOs me back with the Shadow Ball. And this is like the only thing now I have left that can win me the game. So yeah, it's a bit of a dilemma here. So yeah, he switches out as I assumed he knows now that I'm Specs and goes into the Golden Go. Yeah, if I had spikes, then I might have done something, but yeah, this does like nothing. So the next one is probably just gonna get it a little bit of 50%, but I will just die to a Shadow Ball. So yeah, I have to switch out now to my Hitran. So the only thing I can do now is like hoping the Golden God stays low so I can bring in Almua back on something again and spam mystical power again, but the thing is he can just sack something and go into Golden Go. So yeah. Goes for Shadow Ball, which does like nothing, so that's definitely not offensive Golden Go. But even if it's not offensive, it still kills my Hazel. But yeah, so now he's not staying in. Focus Burst has high miss chance, and if he uses this thing, Hazel just wins. So yeah, I go for a mystical power, Magma Storm. Yeah, the arrow comes in and with boots it doesn't take poison. And he will take some snag, like some residual damage, but he's just gonna recover his health back. With the regen, so yeah. I decided to go for Protect to stop it from like flip turning so I can get some more chip on this thing. But it also reviewed, I think it has Baton Pass as well, so it's not like I'm stopping it from doing anything. So yeah, trying getting some health back with Protect. But yeah, he just goes for the Baton Pass. So first I was not sure why he's running both. Flip turn Baton Pass, then it come to me like I do have Water Absorb over without the Terra, so there is always a chance that he can flip turn out on my Ogre. So that's why he's running both. But fair play to him. So sends out his last mon, which is the Quiver, which is also not boots. As you can see, it does get toxic as a result. So now I can't protect because I just protected, so I have to go into my work wheel here and get some intimidate off. The waves is gonna get my damage, but like I was not fast enough. But he does go for stone axe, so now there's rocks on my side. So like everything coming is just gonna get chipped down more, and he also bats, so he's not taking like the helmet chip. So I'm try and pain split my health back now. But the issue is I can do back a lot to it. I have crunch, but he's also like very, what it's called, Cleaver has good defenses, so it's not like it's gonna do a lot. So now he reveals the sword stance. So he's +1 now. I will get some big health back with Pain Split, which might let me with this hit. And I don't know if I can get a crunch off. Might die to the poison, but I decided to sack my gut jump first, because then I can come back with another Intimidate, but I will have the layer of rocks and spikes, so I probably just won't be in good health to take that. But yeah, he goes for the Stone Axe again. He's rough skin, but he's protected by the bats and the Toxic is slowly taking him down. But I still have no ways to kill the combination of the Gholdengo and Mmuffinz and that is called the Barak. So now I can go for IQ and kill it. But I just decided, yeah, I'm gonna go for Outrage. He has switchings in the back with EQ, so like, yeah, but I also forgot I'm also slower than it now under the wave, so he's probably just gonna kill me anyways with like Xyz or Close Combat or whatever coverage it has. But he actually withdraws, so I could have just got my rocks up, so that thing would have died when switching next turn. The outage is gonna do nothing due to the burn. Like even if I was burned, like outage was almost two-shotting this thing, but yeah. It should have just been around, but like, yeah, he has a lot of hazards and I had no removal this week, so I decided for the boost instead, but yeah. And yeah, he just goes for Wish. Probably gonna bring the, what it's called, Cleaver back. So now I decided I'm gonna just set up the rocks so we can bring the Cleaver in safely. But as you can see, I just hit myself in confusion and don't even get my rocks up. So he like just gets a free switch into the Cleaver. Yeah, and he also goes for the Baton Pass to make sure of that. So yeah, now the Cleaver comes in. If I had got my rocks up, I would have at least got this thing out, but now it's just back to full health. What can you do? So now I decided to, yeah, I'll just go into my Azure. I'm not gonna win this game anyways at this point. So let's just go for a mixed U-turn, put some damage in, so I can knock it out with Mystical Power next turn. I can sack my Overquill in the process. So go for U-turn, does a chunk. I'll go into my Overquill and sack this thing. Out I wave after rocks and spikes. Probably don't think, but I also have the Intimidated off, so yeah, who knows. But he just goes for U-turn, so I do leave actually somehow. So yeah, so if there was no waves, there's a chance I can Pain Speed up, but the Gusker also probably just outspeeds me, and Pain Speed doesn't also affect the Gholdengo, but yeah, this thing is just now gonna be fodder for whatever comes in. Yeah, so it brings out the, what is called, the Gholdengo, so like after the waves there's no way out to not outspeed, but I decided to go into my Ogre cost to leave this thing as a sack, because Ogre still can shadow ball pretty well with the what it's called, with the speed up boost it gets from its ability, etc. Yeah, it goes for the shadow ball. Yeah, it doesn't do a lot, mainly because it is, as we discovered, very defensive, not offensive one. So now it's gonna switch out. So I my time to get a ST up, because though whoever is gonna come in, and my only best bet against it is gonna be like critting it 2 times. So yeah, I got my HT up, and now I have to go back get like a crit or two, because it can't recover. I'll just gonna encore it and then crit, on which first one, yeah, we do not get a crit. Body press, yeah, almost just killed us. So this one, if we get a crit, there's a chance that we can do something, but yeah, its overweapon is gone. But yeah, we also do not get a crit, and it kills us with body press. So yeah, I mean, I did bring this thing down, so if I had my jump in the back, I definitely had a shot to win, but yeah, not anymore. So now the game is just gonna be spamming mystical power and hope everything dies. Yeah, because Godengo, he's not gonna just switch in Godengo. Because if you just switch in Godengo, then there's a chance I kill it. But right now, yeah, there's don't think I can kill that Godengo. So yeah, well goes down, so at least get some differential. But yeah, not a lot. So yeah, Godengo comes in. Yeah, so yeah, that's the other thing. If I had spikes here, it would have been better. But without spikes, it spikes is like did like nothing here. It poisoned the 2 months, but that's about it. The spikes should have just given me more valuable damage in the long run. But yeah, Goro goes for Shadow Ball again, but to sack out over Quill and now go into Hit Ran. So yeah, we took a lot of chip and stuff, but the funny thing is after a protect, I think I can get enough health back to leave a shadow ball. So he's actually forced to switch out after this turn. So yeah, we go for the protect. Goes for a shadow ball. We do get some leftovers health back, which actually makes us able to leave another shadow ball. I mean, it's a roll, but I mean, the way he's playing safe, he's probably just not gonna risk it. He has what is called the Almola in the back. Yeah, the Almola comes back. It also means, but not that it matters anyway. So I decided to go for a Wisp because like yeah, why not? Super should have done it way earlier. So this thing was like getting some health ticking down, but I also wanted to toxic it over poison. But yeah, it goes for a flip turn, and now he can easily bring in like his Cleaver, because I don't have a switch in for Cleaver anymore, so I'll have to sack it. Then he can sack the Cleaver on my Azef and KO me with the Gotengo. can go for protect and get some help back, but yeah, it's not gonna help me anyways. Yeah, he has close combat, so he's not gonna be missing anyway also. I mean, technical can switch out predicting another close combat, but yeah, my best bet is always just gonna be hoping I create or something on the code and go and kill it with plus one mystical power. So yeah. Go for Magma Storm, he goes for the close combat, knocks me out. So he has to stay in now because there is always a chance I get a crit and knock his code and go to mystical powers. So we at least get this thing back, get this thing out with the Azov. Mystical power knocks the Cleaver out. Yeah, he goes back into code and goes. So my own, I don't think even like a crit knocks it out. So like yeah, I don't have a yeah, even like a crit wouldn't have gone anywhere close to knocking this thing out. So yeah, if I was like not specs and at front third, then maybe. But yeah, he knocks me out with Shadow Ball. But yeah, that's gonna be game. We lose 3-0. So now that puts us at 4-4. So I have to see, might need to win our last game to make playoffs here at this point. But yeah, that's gonna be all for this week.